The villa in Jumeirah stood like a white jewel against the endless Dubai sky. Inside, Maria Santos, 32, moved through rooms too large for one person. 5 years married to Ahmed Al-Mansour, 5 years of marble floors, infinity pools, and silence that grew louder every month. She stood by the floor-to-ceiling glass in the master's suite, iced coffee, sweating in her hand. Outside, the garden burned under the midday sun. Palm fronds barely moved. Then she saw him again. Rahul Nair, 28, the new gardener hired 3 months earlier. Broad shoulders under a faded blue shirt soaked dark with sweat. He knelt among the hibiscus, gloved hands working soil with practiced care. Something about the way he moved, deliberate, unhurried, made her pause longer than she should. Maria had never spoken to him beyond a polite nod. Today, the silence felt heavier. She changed into a light linen dress, took a tray with 2 glasses of cold water infused with mint, and stepped outside. The heat hit like a wall. "Good afternoon," she said, voice softer than intended. Rahul looked up, surprised. He wiped his forehead with the back of his forearm, leaving a streak of soil. "Ma'am, good afternoon." "No need for ma'am. I'm Maria." He nodded once, cautious. "Rahul." She offered the glass. Their fingers brushed. The contact lasted half a second longer than necessary. "You've been working since morning," she said. "You'll get heat stroke. I'm used to it." A small smile. "Kerala summers are not gentle either." She tilted her head. "You're from Kerala?" "Yes, near Kochi, small village." "I'm from Manila. Rain every afternoon, even when you don't want it." He laughed quietly the first time she'd heard it. "Here we pray for rain." They stood in the shade of the bougainvillea. Conversation stayed light. Plants, weather, the way Dubai swallowed time. Yet every pause carried weight. When Ahmed's car rolled into the driveway an hour later, Maria felt the shift like a door closing. She excused herself quickly. That night, Ahmed came home late, reeking of expensive cologne and cigar smoke. He kissed her forehead absently. "Big meeting tomorrow. I'll be gone early." She nodded. "You always are." He didn't hear the edge in her voice, or chose not to. Maria lay awake, listening to the air conditioning hum. She thought of calloused hands pressing soil, of quiet laughter under palm trees. The next Tuesday, she brought him lemonade again. This time, they sat on the garden bench for 20 minutes. He told her about his sister's nursing school fees. She told him about her mother's karaoke nights in Quezon City. Small confessions, dangerous in their innocence. By the 3rd week, the bench visits became ritual. No one noticed. The maids were busy inside. Ahmed was always somewhere else. One afternoon, Maria asked, "Do you ever feel invisible here?" Rahul looked at the villa, then back at her. "Every day, but sometimes, someone sees you." Their eyes held, neither looked away. That was the day the air changed. The kiss happened on a Thursday. Ahmed had left for Abu Dhabi at dawn. The villa felt hollow again. Maria found Rahul near the rose trellis, shirt sleeves rolled to the elbows, forearms corded and streaked with dirt. She didn't bring lemonade this time. Just herself. "You're early today," he said. "I couldn't sleep." He set the pruning shears down. "Bad dreams. Empty ones." They walked slowly toward the far end of the garden, where jasmine climbed a stone wall. The scent was thick, dizzying. Maria stopped. "I keep thinking about what you said, about someone seeing you." Rahul turned to face her. "I keep thinking the same." No more words. just the sound of their breathing. She stepped closer. He didn't retreat. Their first kiss was careful testing, almost polite. Then hunger broke through. His hands found her waist. Hers slid up his chest, feeling the rapid beat beneath wet cotton. When they separated, both were trembling. "We shouldn't," Rahul whispered. "I know." Neither moved away. That night, she left the side gate unlocked. At 1:17 a.m., Rahul slipped through. They met in the guest pool, house small, rarely used, no cameras. Moonlight turned the water silver. Clothes fell away slowly, reverently. His skin was warm from the day's heat, rough in places her body had never known roughness. She traced the lines on his palms, kissed the calluses. They moved to the daybed. No rush, every touch deliberate. Whispers in 2 languages. Tagalog soft against Malayalam murmurs. Afterward, they lay tangled, sweat cooling on skin, listening to the pool filter hum. "I've never done anything like this," Maria said. "Neither have I," he kissed her temple. "But I don't regret it." She believed him. The affair settled into stolen rhythm. Tuesday and Thursday mornings in the garden shed. Late nights in the pool house when Ahmed traveled. Quick, desperate moments in the laundry room when maids were out shopping. Every encounter left her more alive and more terrified. She started noticing small things, the way Ahmed's cologne now felt foreign. How his touch lacked urgency. How his conversations were mostly monologues about contracts and oil prices. One evening he asked, "You seem different lately. Happier." Maria smiled thinly. "Maybe I'm just enjoying the garden more." He laughed, already checking his phone. "Good. That gardener is expensive." She said nothing. 2 months in, they risked daylight. Ahmed was in London for 10 days. Maria drove them to the desert in her white Range Rover. They parked behind high dunes, spread a blanket, opened cold water and dates. The sun was low, turning sand the color of honey. Rahul pulled her down. Sand stuck to damp skin. Laughter mixed with moans. Wind carried their voices away. "Here, we're nothing," Maria said afterward, head on his chest. "No wife, no worker, just us." He stroked her hair. "I like us." They returned at dusk, flushed and quiet. Back at the villa, the danger sharpened. A maid noticed Maria's flushed cheeks, the sand in her sandals. She said nothing, but her eyes lingered. Ahmed called every night. Maria answered sweetly, guilt twisting like a knife. One afternoon in the pool house, Rahul whispered, "We have to be more careful." "I know," but caution was losing. They started leaving marks, faint bruises on her hips from his grip, scratches on his back from her nails. Maria covered them with high-neck dresses. Rahul wore long sleeves even in the heat. She began dreaming of impossible futures, running away together. A small house near the sea in Kerala or Bay Hall. Stupid dreams, beautiful dreams. One evening, after lovemaking, Rahul asked, "Do you love him?" Maria was quiet for a long time. "I loved the idea of him, the security. Now, I don't know what's left." A key kissed her slowly. "I love you." The words landed like stones in still water. She cried, then quiet, surprised tears. "I love you too," she whispered. "God help me, I do." Ahmed returned thinner, more irritable. A deal in London had soured. He snapped at the staff, at Maria, at the world. One morning, he walked through the garden while Rahul was planting new palms. "You," Ahmed said sharply. "The roses are wilting." Fix it. Yes, sir. Ahmed's eyes narrowed. You've been here a while now. 3 months, sir. Long enough to know your place. Maria watched from the balcony, heart in her throat. That night, Ahmed found a single jasmine petal on the bedroom carpet. Where did this come from? He asked. Maria shrugged. It's probably stuck to my sandal. He stared at her too long. Suspicion had taken root. The next week, Rahul didn't come on his usual day. Maria panicked. She sent a message through the driver. Is everything okay? Reply came hours later. Ahmed asked questions. Better to stay away a few days. She felt the villa shrink around her. When Rahul finally returned, they met in the shed. No kisses at first. It's just holding each other. I'm scared, Maria admitted. Me too. They made love anyway, fiercer, more desperate, as if it might be the last time. After Rahul said, if he finds out, I'll lose everything. Visa, job, maybe jail. I know. I'd still do it again. She kissed him hard. It happened on a Wednesday. Ahmed came home early. Maria was in the shower. Her phone lay on the dresser, unlocked. He picked it up. Messages, photos. Nothing explicit, but intimate enough. Miss you already. Last night, still on my skin. Garden shed, 2 p.m. Tomorrow, Ahmed's face went blank, then crimson. When Maria stepped out in a towel, he was sitting on the bed, phone in hand. Silence stretched. Then he spoke, voice dangerously calm. How long? Maria felt the room tilt. Ahmed, how long? 3 months. He stood. With the gardener, she didn't deny it. He threw the phone. It cracked against the wall. You whore, he hissed. Maria flinched, but didn't back down. You were never here. You left me alone in this museum of a house for years. That's your excuse? It's the truth. He advanced. She stepped back. The front door opened her whole, arriving early, worried because she hadn't answered his last message. He froze in the hallway. Ahmed saw him. Everything exploded, shouting, shoving. Ahmed swung. Rahul blocked, took the punch on the shoulder. Maria screamed. Security arrived within minutes. Ahmed had pressed the panic button. Rahul was dragged away. Maria stood shaking, wrapped in a robe, watching the man she loved disappear into a security car. Ahmed turned to her. Pack your things. You're leaving tomorrow. No, she said quietly. I'm leaving tonight. He laughed bitterly. You'll have nothing. I'll have myself. Maria filed for divorce the following week. Ahmed fought bitterly at first, then tired. Money was transferred. Papers signed. The villa was his. She kept only what she could carry. Rahul had been deported within 48 hours. Visa violation. No criminal charges. Ahmed decided publicity would hurt more than forgiveness. Maria moved into a small apartment in Dera. Simple, clean, hers. She found work teaching English at a language center. The students were kind. Life was ordinary again. One evening, 3 months later, a message arrived on a new number she hadn't given anyone. Unknown. I'm home, safe, thinking of you every day. She stared at the screen until tears blurred the words. Maria, I'm safe too. I miss you. No more messages came. They both knew why. Sometimes she walked along Jumeirah Beach at sunset. She looked at the horizon and remembered sand, jasmine, rough hands, whispered promises. She didn't regret it. Not the love. Not the pain. Not the leaving. She had tasted something real in a place built on illusions. Years later, friends would ask why she'd never remarried. She'd smile softly. I already loved the best way I could. Once was enough. The garden in the villa grew wild after Rahul left. Ahmed hired someone new. The roses bloomed anyway, but they never smelled the same. And